Ground and pound. Get ready for an MMA showdown. Now, the Ultimate Octagon Insider, Sean and Tristan Ducross.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ducross Brothers, the Sports Warriors. I'm Tristan Ducross, and on my side, as always, my partner in crime, the one and only Sean Ducross. But we're going
130 Fight Night.
Over in the UK, again, UK doing big things this week, but it's at a weird time. 1 p.m., 10 a.m. Eastern Pacific Standard Time, but features Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Darren Till. If you didn't catch my little tidbit with the guys of MMA UK, I've got Darren Till. I felt very confident in this bout. And when you look at the odds that came out over this week, I was talking to you before we got on air, was the odds were Thompson was the clear favorite, was the clear guy that everybody wanted to win this fight. Darren Till started doing what he does, starts talking up the game a little bit. Now the odds are starting to even out. Darren Till brought from a plus 170 down to a minus 118 according to the betonline.ag. You're looking at Thompson, who's still the clear favorite with the odds of 102, negative 102. But my money is on Darren Till. I'm riding the hype train on this guy. This guy knocked out Donald Cerrone, and you look at what the transition has been for Darren Till, having a 50% KO to TKO ratio. This guy's a straight-up finisher. You can't take him down. 78% takedown defense. He avoids 60% of your shots. As Donald Cerrone, who throws a lot of punches from the woodshed, how close he was to tagging Darren Till.
What's interesting about Till, though, is when you're talking about Till, here's a guy that is a striker first and foremost. So when you're thinking about a guy that has a Muay Thai background, where he's standing and trading one of the most exciting combat stand-ups that you could possibly get. And you're talking about that this guy can snuff a takedown left and right, expects a fight to stand toe-to-toe, and you're going against a master at karate, guy that loves to get the different stances going, the change of the postures. That's all wonderful.
The only thing that annoys me with this fight is that when I see Darren Till, I think, oh no, we're going down the same road of Thompson versus Woodley. Woodley wanted to engage or not engage. Well, neither did Thompson. They both wanted to stay away. But you're looking at a guy who wants to engage in the striking, and you got a guy who doesn't necessarily want to engage, and you don't know why he's been more standoffish lately in not wanting to trade and put on a competitive fight. But in this situation, I have Darren Till winning unanimous decision. He's not going to knock out Thompson because I think Thompson can defend well enough and make Darren Till uncomfortable with his karate style. But there's going to be a lot of pressure. Darren Till's not going to stop coming after him.
There's two issues that I see in this fight. Is that Thompson's back is literally against the wall right now because he cannot afford back-to-back losses, let alone after he has had 2 failed attempts at capturing gold against Woodley. And I don't even know why Woodley's even chiming in because this guy needs to just stop because he says, oh, well, Darren Till's easy work. Says who? Because this guy is a bruiser, will be able to take this fight wherever he wants, as long as he does not get into a brawl. I like Darren Till against Thompson, and I think Thompson's is right now is in an interesting position of his career.
Of where does he go from here?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't see Thompson winning this fight, and that's just I have a hard time sitting here trying to pick this fight apart.
I felt the same way about the Neil Magny Craig White fight.
We're talking about that coming on in the show. It seems like the trend in this one is that you've got a lot of UK fighters on this card.
Put your money on the UK fighters.
Put them. I'm throwing all my chips onto the UK because I got Darren Till winning his fight, but then I got Craig White
winning his
fight, and this guy's odds are more ridiculous. He's a plus 385 underdog. You've got Neil Magny at a minus 500. So it should say easy work for Neil Magny.
But it's interesting because Neil Magny, here's a guy that is now classified almost as a glorified gatekeeper of the division.
If he loses to Craig White, I'll give you that.
He has never been handed any fights, and this will be no different. What I like about Craig White is that he comes from Cage Warriors. He comes from that background where any fight he takes, it's never been an easy fight. Dude's beating a guy that's won 20 fights. He's beating a guy that's been 10-2. He's beating guys that have won 8 fights. Never faced a guy that has really any loss on his record. So he's a guy that just takes fights. Sometimes there's dumb fights because he has fought in 2 different weight divisions. He's fought bigger guys than him. He's fought in fights that he should never have had any fights, period. But he has. So now here he is. Gets a knock on the door. Thought that never would come. Here's a guy that's probably the most dangerous guy on this card because he's already been preparing for a fight because he was supposed to fight at Cage Warriors.
Took the fight on 12 days' notice.
Says he doesn't have to cut any weight. He feels good. He's dangerous because he has nothing left to lose.
He's making his UFC debut in his own backyard. The guy's a finisher. 5 knockouts, 9 submissions. You're looking at Neil Magny, who's been around the game for a while, but his notoriety came when he beat Carlos Condit. Other than that,
not much to go home screaming about.
So is he your perennial gatekeeper to the division? You look at this, that he has a 59% takedown defense, but yet this kid, Craig White, can take anybody down, submit anybody. You look at the guy that doesn't look to take anybody down, 49% takedown option. So he's going to stand there and strike with a guy who looks and is built to go to war. So my money, I'll take the underdog. I'm taking Craig White.
Neil Magny, the only way he wins this fight is if he keeps the distance. Other than this, is going to be a short night, and Craig White is going to have his hand raised, and Neil Magny is going to be left on the back burner once again.
The only UK fighter that wasn't an underdog that I picked was Arnold Allen, who comes in 12-1, great stand-up versus ground game.
But Brunel is no joke either. Like, he's no slouch.
He isn't, but I've got Allen knocking him out in the first round. So if you're looking at the odds, Brunel was your underdog at plus 220, according to BetOnline AG. And then you've got Arnold Allen, who's the favorite at minus 260. I'm actually going with the favorite on this one. I'm going to Arnold Allen with a first round knockout.
It's funny because I look at all these matchups and I just think that you go with the dog at half the time on this fight card because that's the way that I've seen it. Because you got
local talent,
Amir Khani versus Knight, and I think Mr. Playboy himself, Mr. Finland. Both of them coming off losses. Amir Khani should win this fight. Get it to the ground, sub him, and it's over. Then you also have on this card Davey Grant versus Manny Bermudez. Manny Bermudez, 12-0. Davey Grant. Again, I have to go with Davey Grant, taking that O away from Manny Bermudez because all he can do is sub his guys. But 60% takedown stoppage by Davey Grant, 54% striking. Davey Grant.
All day. When you break it down that way, it's all day.
Fight Night, UFC Fight Night 130, for the first time, I can honestly sit here and say,
the UK
Liverpool? Like, this is actually one of the best
UFC, you may have done it right.
Top to bottom, from bringing local talent onto the fight card, for elevating a local talent. I give them props. Not bad. Not bad, UFC. I'll tip my hat to you guys.